I love my pallet wood walls that I made for this truck, but the one thing I don't like about them is the seam. So I was just going to cut a piece of hollow core door and make a little piece of trim to kind of cover that up. But I also want to add a little just splash of color in here. It's kind of getting log cabin-y, and I want to have a sort of signature color that I can use in here as well as on the outside of the truck. So I came here. Narwhal Labs.
All right, I am rolling.
Action. So, like all of a sudden I'm a director. Action. This is my good friend Jeff Shaw. And Jeff is running Narwhal Labs now, which is Total Boat's makerspace that is unfortunately not open to the public yet because of, you know, the world is on fire. We're here today because Total Boat makes paint, and we're going to mix up a special green color to paint the bottom third of my truck and use on some of the interior, right?
Yep, you got it.
All right, but first, what would you want to do?
I think we gotta wash it. Paint's not gonna stick to a dirty truck.
Yeah, so Jeff's going to wash it, and I'm going to go, I don't know, check my email.
So I'm the car wash guy now. It does say on the package it's good for below deck use as well. I'm just telling you what's on the package.
I love this stuff because it's biodegradable. It's safe enough to use in a boat in the ocean, so that's what we're going to use to wash the truck. I've been using this stuff for everything around the shop and even at home, and as the label says, it's safe for work below deck too.
This is like the most anticlimactic hose.
I know.
You know. Oh, I got to get up here too, huh? The video I just posted was me up on the roof of this thing, which was, I'm not a huge fan of heights.
Yeah.
This height isn't too bad for me. It's like right about where I start feeling uncomfortable. But what it is every time you step, the whole truck moves because it's on suspension,
Yeah.
you know, which was like,
You get like sea legs.
yeah.
All right, we're gonna scrub this thing up here with some Scotch-Brite pads just to give our paint a good surface to stick to. And then we're gonna clean it up with some acetone so it's, there's no contaminants in there, and then we can get to painting. I'm trying to take out those paint bubbles.
Yeah, there's a few.
Mostly around the rivets.
Yep.
It's running low, but there's enough in there.
Riveting, right?
That's riveting.
Oh, I know I gave you that one. Okay, so Jeff, I'm looking for some green paint that I can use on the interior and exterior of my truck. I of course need it to be durable, which is why I wanted to use some Total Boat stuff. Of course, eco-friendly, which is why I wanted to use the Elixir. But I'm looking for a shade that's a little bit of a different color green. I'm looking for something that's like the color of my shoelaces on my signature boots. Sway Carolinas, available at carolinashoe.com. Think you can help me out with that?
I think I can. Our Elixir Sea Green gets you part of the way there, but it's a little dark for you. So we need quite a bit of something a little bit more light and vibrant. So we have Top Secret SwaySauce Part A. It's experimental, just for New Perspectives music. And I think if we mix 220 grams of this to 35 grams of this, we might have exactly what you need.
That's awesome, but why did I need a lab coat for this?
Well, that just got even weirder.
What's weird? Yeah.
441.
And he was being serious?
All the numbers are the same. How many times have we done this bit?
It's still funny.
Yeah.
I guess to do first stripe right down the middle. You ready?
All done.
All done. Looks good.
Very close to the color of the paint.
Yeah. The roller strokes will disappear a little bit in the second coat. You can be.
Well, I'm gonna have to get a brush to cut in the edge there. You know, we didn't fully prep the surface, so there's a few spots here and there that aren't quite perfect and a couple drips here and there, but overall it looks pretty good. This is 3 coats, and we'll probably put 1 more coat on it just to get a nice even finish. And you can see this was the original inspiration color, which is almost like a Kelly green. We didn't want to get too bright green. We didn't want it to look like some kind of like St. Patrick's Day parade float, you know? So it's a little bit muted, and it'll get a little bit darker than this when it dries. It's, I think, perfect. While I was at Narwhal Labs, we did a couple other projects too, including making these vinyl decals for the front of the truck. So there's a video about that over on their YouTube channel. Make sure you go check that out. And also, I gave them like a little tour of the truck. You can see that there too. Oh yeah, my son Vance made a project that's also going to be coming up over there. So make sure you go subscribe to Narwhal Labs. Great place. When you're working with epoxy,
It's pronounced epoxy.
when you're working with epoxy,
Epoxy!
anyways, when you're working with epoxy, you should really wear rubber gloves because it is somewhat harmful to you and it can absorb through your skin and make you sick. I was not wearing rubber gloves as I did these lighters because I wanted to make sure I had the dexterity to do it well, and I wasn't really touching the epoxy all that much. But with all that said, do as I say, not as I do. Epoxy. They're not falling off. I know the first few months of this whole series, it was like kind of a whole lot of nothing to see, but now it's really finally starting to come together and you can see what I've been imagining the whole time. Super exciting. For the most part, it's buttoned up in here. I still have some sort of corners to cover up, some little areas to fix. I want to trick out the whole driver's area. I want to have more storage up there. I want to eventually just make this thing just incredible, but at least now it's up to a point where I feel like I can go out and use it, which is good because I have some plans to use it soon, so stay tuned. Total Boat products featured in this video include Total Boat Fixo, which I have used everywhere on this truck. I just use it to stick my wood letters on the side, and I've used it to fill gaps and stick everything else onto this truck that really needs to be stuck and not move. This is the stuff to do it. The other product featured in this series is, of course, the Total Boat Elixir paint. This is an enamel. It's low VOC, it's water-based, eco-friendly, and it's tough as nails because it's designed to be used on boats, which are, you know, out in the ocean in the sun all day. I love this stuff. They have several colors, but they didn't quite have the color I was looking for. So we were able to mix some pigments and some paints together to come up with this sway green color that I really like. If you like it too, why don't you go tell Total Boat you like it. Say, hey, why don't you make the SwaySauce? Tell them you like it and we'll see if maybe we can convince them to make some. Worked for my boots. What a blast. That couldn't have gone better, and I'm super happy with the color. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's not too muted, it's not too bright, it's just right. Thank you very much, everybody over at Total Boat, as well as at Narwhal Labs. Like, from the bottom of my heart and sincerely, thank you so much for all your continued support and for going down this road with me. It was just so much fun. You guys are awesome. So everybody, please go make sure you check out Narwhal Labs, you know, online and hopefully in person someday soon. And also make sure you go to totalboat.com where you can save 15% off everything you purchase there using the coupon code TBTimSway. That's TBTimSway for 15% off everything available at the Total Boat store. Oh yeah, and there's a lot more gonna still happen out here. We're not done yet.
Hi, Tim.